Okay, so obviously important to always wash your hands before each client. So I've washed my hands, Cheryl has washed her ears, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to say, are you ready for your treatment?
Yes.
And it's important to always talk in hushed tones. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that today, but I would have asked that a lot more softly. With the needles, really important that you don't pull that flap down all the way, because then your needles probably will fall out of the package. So just about halfway, and then you can hold it closed like that, bend it open a little bit, and take out your needle, always making sure that you're just touching the plastic part and not the actual stainless steel part. So I've asked her if she's ready. She said yes. I'm going to start with the first point, which is the sympathetic. This is the point that it comes just parallel to this ridge here. It's okay to use your fingers to kind of steady your hand. So I've got about 3 fingers behind her ear, and I'm just going to ask her to take a breath in, and breathe out. And as she's breathing out, that's when I'm going to needle. And you'll notice that I've located the spot, given a bit of a twist, and then just pulled my hand out. This particular point often droops, as this one did. Hopefully it'll do better on the other side, but it's very common for it to droop. The second point is our shen men, or the fisheye as we often call it. So you're going to locate the shadow of the shen men, and again, take a breath in. And I'm looking for the part where the fish eye would be in the upper right-hand quadrant. Another thing to be aware of in terms of your the angle. This one can be straight on or slightly coming from this angle, so that it's going to not interfere with any of the other needles that you do. Okay, the third point that we're going to do is the kidney. This one here, one of your markers is where this ridge here sort of ends, and then it starts to curve down. So I'm looking for that, and I'm looking to make sure that I hit the soft part of the ear inside and not the actual ridge. So it's sort of there and at the back. Take a breath in, please, and out. And again, this is one that will often sort of droop down. Another way that you can come in a completely different angle would be to come from her cheek and come in from that way, and then the needle would be well out of the way of the 3 bottom needles. The fourth point is our liver point. This one again, depending on the ear, it might feel like it's quite tight and squished in there, and you're looking for where this ridge, the crus here, ends. You're going to often have to visually look to where it continues and ends, and then you're going to want to go just slightly above that. So I've waited for Cheryl to take a breath in and out before I've needled. The last point is the lung point. And again, for this point, a good marker is to look for the antitragus, as it's called, right here. And when there's a very good defined sort of bump, you're going to go to that and just go straight down from that bump. Good. And there's your 5 points. So you can, if the client has got any bangs or any hair that's still in the way, you can just kind of gently ask them, do you mind just pushing your hair? So I'm just wondering about your bangs. Do you mind just tucking those behind your ear? Thank you very much. Okay. All right, breath in. And out. And sometimes it happens that I was placing my needle and then realized I was going to actually get it in the ridge instead of at the back. So what I could do, obviously not saying this to the client, is just ask her to take another breath in and out. And I'm realizing that I'm going to get it better on the second time. So that's okay to do too. And when you've got a client that's come before and just knows to automatically take those breaths in, as long as you can hear the breath, it's okay to just follow their lead and not ask them to breathe every time. Really important to make sure that you don't go too fast, because then again, that gives you time to sort of find your placement before you put the needle in. And also, you don't want the client having to breathe too fast in and out. You want that to be at a good pace for them. So once all the clients in the room have got their needles in, at this point, you're going to shut the lights out. Being able to still see, there's enough light in the room. And then I'm going to take my seat, and I'm going to just, for the first 10-15 minutes in particular, you're wanting to just keep scanning the room, especially if there's clients that you are aware are new to the treatment, or anybody that you're aware maybe sometimes has any reactions to the treatment. We're wanting to watch that people are not going into any kind of shock symptoms. Again, thankfully that's pretty rare, but because we know that it can happen, we want to just be watchful for that.